Hey, good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm your host, BKP. And yes, my background this morning is the Blue Mountains and the Appalachian Trail running through there. That's my background. Yesterday morning, I was bringing you a live broadcast from LJ, Georgia. Now I'm 850 miles away. Boom, just like that. Good morning. Right there on the screen is the way to contact me, and also our social media to follow the show. Takes me just a minute when I do the transition from the studio, getting used to the other camera and where I'm at. So give me just a second. I said the other day, this has to be the president's new theme song. It has to be Grand Funk Railroad. It's got to be Walk Like a Man. It has to be. I mean, I was thinking last week, the guy's got to have the President of the United States has to have something new for the 2020 campaign for the rallies. Listen to this, man. I mean, can you see the Donald coming out at the campaign rallies and just, walking out real slow and giving his chin up left and right like the Donald does and waving to the crowd? And you hear walk like a man, talk like a man, right before the rally. Walk like a man, talk like a man, Grand Funk Railroad, right? I will back that off. I just had to do that. Okay, folks, we have a lot to do this morning, a lot going on. Now, let me say this. I'm going to try to stay focused. Let me start out by saying I am going to attempt to stay focused because, every time something happens, all right, you give 4 or 5 days and things start to develop in a way that you see the President of the United States has done, I'm saying, nothing wrong in this phone call. The Democrats start playing their hand, and it becomes very easy to put together what's really going on. I mean, every time one of these things break, because let me just say this, the impeachment inquiry and the impeachment picking up steam and impeachment 90,000 times. My God, I'm going to beg you, do not play a drinking game with the word impeachment, whatever. Do not, because it will not be it's not safe for you to do that. You're going to stay drunk. You'll just stay drunk all the time. But after this, there'll be something else. Kavanaugh, I mean, for you and I out there that follow the president, support the president of the United States, understand this is a coup from day one. Understand this is an attempt to remove a president of the United States. Understand this is an attempt to try to prove he's not a legitimate president. He was whisked in by the Russians, which manipulated. We have proof now, manipulated and got involved in our 2016 election. I, for one, do not know how the Russians had anything to do with my vote. Maybe they'll come out and tell me what happened that maybe caused you to vote for Donald Trump because of Russian influence. That's what I'd really like to see, is the story where Russian influence caused somebody in Michigan to go vote for Donald Trump. But anyhow, we know that. We knew when Kavanaugh, and I'm going to get to the point here, but we knew when Brett Kavanaugh, we knew that. We know the Russian delusion with Robert Mueller. We knew there would be something next. Kavanaugh, we knew there would be something next, okay? The Mueller report's a dud. We knew there would be something next. So we're not finished. Now, you want to talk about getting involved. Now, Russia meddling in our election, that's all you ever hear. And the phone call between President Donald J. Trump and the Ukrainian President Zelensky, he asked, this is their comments, the Democrats, he asked a foreign country to get involved and meddle in our elections and dig up dirt on a political opponent, okay? How more can you meddle in the elections of the American people than trying to use the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media to try to manipulate the American people that Donald Trump is so terrible he has to be impeached, removed from office, or at least make sure you meddle in the elections to where you can have on commercials the first impeached president to run for a second term. What will he do next? All the above. We know that, okay? So the Democrats, the deep state, and the corporate corrupt media is really who is meddling in our elections. So let me get to this to start out. Okay. Sorry about that. Trying to get my pictures up this morning, and I didn't need to click them. The computer says you don't need to click them 6 times. Okay. Here is what the Democrats, they're yelling so loud, and we will get to this. Okay. We're going to break this down. Democrats are yelling impeachment to cover this up. Okay. So first of all, let's go with number 7. Okay. Give me number 7. All right. Now, number 7, what is number 7? There is James Comey. Okay. Let's stay clear. There's James Comey, former disgraced, corrupt, deep state FBI director that attempted to help. Now, who is on the far right there? Okay. Or left or what? There's Obama. Okay. And there's President Obama. But Robert Mueller. Okay. So Obama, let's stay focused on this for a minute. President Obama, we know Clapper told us, James Clapper has told us, keep this picture up there. James Clapper has told us that Obama told him to do it. The devil made me do it, right? Remember, Mom? What happened? What'd you do there, little junior? Well, the devil made me do it. Okay, so I didn't call President Obama the devil. Some of you may. But President Barack Hussein Obama, we do know, put everything in play. We know that, okay? And we know Comey and the FBI are corrupt. The Comey FBI, Ray, is that his name, the director of FBI? I don't want to go down that road right now. But here is Robert Mueller. So here is the game plan, okay? We know the president. How you like the wind chimes in the back? It's a little windy, so, put up with the wind chimes. It's a nice background, right? So, wow. Can I put up with the wind chimes? How easily I'm distracted. Well, we know the president of the United States and James Comey and Peter Strzok, all the lists. We know that, okay? We know they spied on the Trump campaign. So Robert Mueller, okay? Let's stay there. Robert Mueller with that picture. All right. Give me number. Stay tight there. Won't take me but a second. I have a little clip here. Give me number 55. All right. Number 55 over my head. Mueller was pursuing FBI director job when he met with Trump in 2017, administration officials say. Okay? Just say it, right? Why was Mueller looking for that job? Let's keep that up there right now, okay? Mueller was pursuing that job. Why? All right. Now, there's several stories out. You can look at any one you want. I picked Fox News, okay? Brett Baer and Jake Gibson here. And exclusive multiple administration officials tell Fox News that when Robert Mueller met with President Trump in May 2017, Mueller was indeed pursuing the open post as the director of the FBI, something the former Russian probe special counsel denied under oath. He denied it under oath during congressional testimony this summer. Why do you think? We're going to look at all the things this morning, or several of the things this morning, of why the Democrats are trying to yell louder. They're trying to yell louder. It's just like, there's, two sides of the cheering section. And you have your applausometer up, seriously. And the Democrats think if they could yell louder about nothing, just keep yelling about nothing, they can drown out the truth. So Comey and the corrupt, Barack Obama and the whole staff there, administration, corruption, okay, Comey and the corrupt FBI, Mueller wanted the job for what reason? To run cover. If he was FBI director, if Robert Mueller was FBI director, okay, instead of special counsel, all right, if he was FBI director, what could he do? He could run cover for the FBI. He could let Andrew McCabe, right? He could let Peter Strzok. He could let Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr. It doesn't matter who it is. He could have run cover. But the deep state allowed him a second chance by naming him special counsel to help run cover. But that being said, because you remember, I'm going to give you this picture, and we're going to look at a lot of this today, okay? I said to myself, stay focused, all right? Now, you know what I tell you, I've got 2 hours a day, so what I want you to do is all the research you can, all right? Look these things up for yourself. Take the time, dig into them. Now, let's go with number 56, okay? 56, remember, right? Sunday. Chuck Todd, we did this story this week. We did it earlier this week. Remember, Ron Johnson, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson said no, absolutely not. So you don't trust the FBI? You don't trust the CIA? Absolutely not. Remember? Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why he said absolutely not. Very simple. Because if you look at the cast of characters and the criminals that we're trying to prosecute, okay, absolutely not. We don't trust them. So it's real easy because this story came out and you will not find it. I studied the media this morning, as I always do. I watched CNN at 4 a.m. and I watched MSNBC at 5, and I watched the opening of Minka and Joe, the two evil ones. I watched them this morning at 6 o'clock, and nowhere in their reporting did they talk about Mueller actually asking for that FBI job and not getting it. I'm telling you, all right? So that being said, one of my favorite things I like to say, that being said, right? This guy here, number 6. No, go to 7. I'm sorry. Go to 7. Go to 7. All right. 7. This frames up exactly what you need to be looking at and studying. Obama spies on the Trump campaign. Yes, he did. James Clapper said he did. He made us do it. The devil made us do it. All right. And this guy here, you got Mueller. Go to number 6, Robert Mueller. Okay. Absolutely nothing. Couldn't find collusion, delusion. It's all debunked by Robert Mueller, whether the media wants to accept it or not. And you see Robert Mueller, okay? Now, this guy here, number 4, go to 4, okay? James Brennan, we know this morning, we're very clear, and do the research, take your time, because you're going to need to be up on this because the impeachment inquiry is picking up steam. I'll tell you why it's picking up steam, because the media is fueling the steam engine because they want, and I'll tell you quickly here, they want your representatives, because Congress is not in session. They want them to be home, and they want their constituents to yell at them, we must impeach the president. And they want to put these little congressmen in fear in their district that they have a challenger and they could lose their seat. That's why it's picking up steam, is try to scare your congressman. But that being said, number 4, Brennan, right? We know Brennan, when I say we know this, when I say I affirm, it will come out. I feel strongly it will come out. I will put my career on the line. I don't know what my career is worth, but I'll throw it on the line that Brennan, former CIA director, number 4, right, is all in on the 2 spies in the executive branch that the media has labeled whistleblower 1 and whistleblower 2. They're CIA spies. They come out of the intelligence community. All right. And I'm just saying that Brennan is in on it. And the two men they truly fear, this is why they're yelling louder, because I'm going to bring some things up this morning. Number 3. Okay. Number 3. William Barr, the Attorney General, William Barr, and Durham. Okay. Investigator Durham. Let me see if where I have that article at this morning. U.S. Attorney. Go ahead and go to. Actually, you're doing a great job in the studio. I want to give you a big shout out because this 850 miles away is being run and produced in LJ, Georgia this morning. You're doing a good job. Give me number 5. Okay. Throw me up number 5 really quickly there. And okay, this guy here, this is what he looks like when the photographer says smile. I swear to God, I have gone through so many pictures of this guy, and this is all you get. When they say smile, this is all you get. This is U.S. Attorney John Durham. Now, you remember, okay, and I told you this a couple weeks back, when we have to, when I say we, you understand that, right? We have to understand that when Attorney General William Barr went before the kangaroo courts that are set up, okay, when he went there, he did say he felt the Trump campaign was spied on, okay? He said he wanted to get to the origin, the genesis of this, right? Now, we all left that day and we applauded, okay? But I want that to be an example because a lot of you out there, my dear friends, I know who you are. You love to watch, and you do watch and keep up with these hearings, okay? When Corey Lewandowski was there, and when Volker, or not Volker, the IG the other day, I forget his name, was in front of the Kangaroo Commission. What we have to do from here on out is every time we hear something and we cheer, we have to be ready for the Democrat response. Okay, period. The minute William Barr, the Attorney General, said, I want to get to the origin of this. Yes, the Trump campaign was spied on. We all cheered. I'm with you. I was cheering too. Go for it. Do it. But we have to pick up right then. Anytime we hear anything from there on out, what will Democrats do next? How will the deep state counter? And then William Barr picked this guy. I hope you still have him on the screen. I can't see there, but keep him on the screen there. He picked this guy right here, John Durham, U.S. Attorney John Durham. Now, yesterday, October 9th, you're not hearing this anywhere, and this is from the Daily Wire, okay? U.S. Attorney John Durham beefs up investigation into Russian probe origins after findings, okay? You're not going to find this on CNN. Why do you think they're yelling loud? Why do you think they're doing everything to bring this president down right now? Because this is happening. United States Attorney John Durham is expanding his investigation into the origins of the FBI's counterintelligence probe into Russia and the Trump campaign after his team reportedly made significant discoveries. Fox News' Brett Baier reported on Tuesday in a Fox News exclusive that, quote, based on what he has been finding, Durham is expanding his investigation, adding agents. Now, you remember it was okay. You remember it was okay to give Robert Mueller the American people's blank check. You remember that? I mean, we had to protect his investigation. We had to do everything to surround him with love and care and gentleness to make sure he could follow through. We had to give him office space. We had to give him all the Democrat, deep state attorney, Hillary Clinton, Obama attorneys he could find. We could not tell him he was limited. It was unlimited. We took a check. It said, hey, see this blank? Here you go. We signed the bottom. American people, That's what we did. It said, American people, do what you want. And you took our money and you hired every attorney you wanted. There was no time you could not subpoena anybody. There was no time you couldn't, interview witnesses, thousands. There was nothing that said, hey, you can't travel around the world and try to get anybody and anyone to say anything they can. Nothing. We had full boom. Now, why can't Democrats come out and support the same thing? Why can't we take John Durham and keep him up there? Let's go back. Don't put him up right now. Let's go back to in the studio. Let's go back to number 3 and keep that over my shoulder. Why can't we have, all right, so based on what he has been finding, Durham, okay, on Tuesday, this came out. Durham has expanded his investigation. He's added agents and resources. The senior administration official said the timeline has grown from the beginning of the probe through the election, and now it's including post-election timeline through the spring of 2017. Up to when Robert Mueller was named special counsel. No, not on CNN. No, not on MSNBC. Why, I'm for sure on that Good Morning show where they're all just drinking nice peach lemonade and whatever the hell they do and that nice stuff they do in Good Morning America or Good Morning wherever it is. George Stephanopoulos, the little claymation doll that they got the deep state formed years ago as a little child and inserted him in. I'm for sure George Stephanopoulos is blowing this up all over ABC this morning. NBC, I believe probably the ladies that gather around and they drink coffee out of fancy cups that say NBC Good Morning. I know they're blowing this up everywhere. But I will tell you, there's a reason why it's grown from inception. Yeah, there's a word we got to be careful with, right? It's grown from inception all the way up to naming Robert Mueller as special counsel. Why would you think that? I think we just went, let's see, Mueller was pursuing FBI director job when he met with Trump in 2017. 2017, Durham's investigation is going to go clear through 2017. Now, here's something I want you, and I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back because I'm trying to stay focused today because I want you to look at a lot of things. This, the president said this. I know you get upset. I don't want to use foul language, but this bullshit of an inquiry, impeachment inquiry, okay? It's a joke. It really is. But it's not a joke of what is going on and how they're trying to manipulate this next election and try to tear down a legitimate elected president of the United States. So let me say this. Let's put up, let's see. Let me see what you have up now. Sorry, back to you. All right, let's stay with that one. Okay. And let's go to, I thought I had the BostonHerald.com. Okay. Howie Carr. Let's see the Boston Herald. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can see when this was put out. January 30th, 2019. Okay. Mueller's hands dirty an old FBI frame up. Boston Herald. Roger Stone keeps talking about special counsel Robert Mueller's reprehensible behavior with the FBI in Boston way back when. But I don't think he or most people understand how bad Mueller's actions were. Chilling is how a Clinton federal judge in 2006 described the former FBI's director's attempt to cover up a massive frame-up by Boston G-men decades earlier. For the record, Mueller did not railroad did not railroad 4 innocent men in prison, 2 on death row for Chelsea murder. They did not commit back in 1965. The frame-up was handled by the Boston office of the FBI, where at one point at least 6 G-men were taking payoffs from organized crime. That information came from serial killer Stevie Fleming, who last summer admitted in federal court to taking part in 50 murders. Hey, Mueller, let's see, but I don't know, but I don't think he or most people understand how bad Mueller's actions were. Chilling is how the judge said it in 2006, describing the former FBI director's attempt to cover up a massive frame-up by Boston G-men decades earlier. That'd be Robert Mueller, okay? You know, the guy that set it straight, and the guy that Mueller hates, number 5. And this is when he smiles. And this is the guy that's broadening the investigation. This is the guy, number 5, Durham, that may find out how crooked, or may reveal to the American people how crooked Mueller is, just like he was in Boston, just like he's always been with his friends, Comey and Obama and all the above. So that's my start. We come back, we'll go into impeachment. But number 5, that's his smile, Durham. He's widened his investigation from beginning to Mueller. Interesting. Take a break.